All right. Today I want to talk a little bit about refugees. I know from reading in, I guess on the internet, this one article was talking about how the people in the country don't want refugees in the country, but the elite in the country are the people that actually want the refugees to come into the country. So it's a bit of a conflict internally, I guess, when it comes to refugees. And some articles has been written about how the refugees, they don't really mix well into the country. They just, separate and stay to themselves. So a lot of people are referring to, I guess, when they come to supporting the refugees, mainly it's the elite who's really supporting them, and probably the propaganda news media. They keep bringing it up, how wonderful things would be if we just let in more refugees. So according to the article, like I was saying before, that the refugees don't really mix well, and a lot of the people who support some of the refugees, they keep referring back to the 1800s when the immigrants came, and mainly it was just a fairy tale, because most of the immigrants that actually came over here was no more than, they was actually slaves. I mean, look at how many of the Irish that was shipped over here by the King of England. The King of England, they occupied England and shipped people, the Irish people, out to different parts of the world as slaves, sold them into slavery. So it's mainly just the whitewash of the supposedly mainly it's just a whitewash of the supposedly American dream, because a lot of people, they wouldn't come here on their own, like the Irish, the King of England, they shipped them over here, they sold them into slavery. So it wasn't really they coming out here on their own. I mean, who wants to leave their country with all with families and family ties? It just don't happen, But that's the fairy tale that's being told. Anyway, now some of the governors, they got together and said, hey, no more immigrants. I mean, they're spending billions of dollars to bring these immigrants over here, and we got people here that's living on the streets. They don't have food, anything, the house, nothing. And we spending billions to bring people over here to put them up, to give them housing, to give them food, give them shelter, and anything else they probably need, the job training. And people here in this country, we don't even give good job training to.